Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you episode number 1 of the Career Mode project here on FIFA 16, and I'm very excited to bring this new series to you. If you guys were looking forward to it, make sure to let me know that you were. Feel free to smash the likes button. 75 likes as always on a new series would be massively appreciated. If you don't know already, this is the series where I bring you 25 young, high potential players and show you their sort of progress through the whole 15 seasons of Career Mode, through their overalls, but also through the highlights of how they play in game as well. And I left you guys the decision of which players to choose from, or which players you wanted to see in this series. I've gone through the comments. You guys smashed the comment section on the last episode, and I'm now going to show you the squad. As you can see, here are the stats, the overalls if you like. I'm going to show you all of the players in this series. Bartlomiej, Dragowski, perhaps the most obvious of the goalkeepers, but you guys really wanted him. Same for Raul, Gudino of Porto. There's Moreira, my choice. Timothy Castagne, chosen by you. Tete, chosen by me. Boskagli, Jeremiah St. Justa as well, chosen by you guys of Freiburg and Heerenveen respectively. You guys also chose Emre Tazdemir of Bursaspor, Ruben Neves of Porto, Daniel Amati of Copenhagen, along with my choices like Ruben Neves, Nabuillin, Gelson Martins. You also went with Theo Bongonda, the Belgian player from Celta Vigo. We've also got Dani Ceballos in this as well from Real Betis, Leroy Sané even. Ryan Gould, who was my choice, Andreas Pereira, Diego Jota, Iheanacho, Yusuf Poulsen, Solanke, Bertrand Traore and Steven Bergwijn. So those are the players, they're all the players, and there are some really good ones in this. As you can see now in the background is the growth. These are the overalls and the growth at the end of the first season. I tried to train them all for a similar period of time. In the background you're seeing of course who grew the best. St. Justa and Jesus Vallejo probably the standout defenders when it came to growth. Daniel Amati was fantastic as well in terms of the central midfielders. Gelson Martins growing pretty well. Also fairly decent to note, Rashedli Bazoa and Leroy Sané got injured during the season, hence their physicals have gone down slightly. But Andreas Pereira up 4, Iheanacho up 5 to 71. Diego Jota of Paços de Ferreira, he went up 4. Solanke up 4, Poulsen up 4, and Bergwijn up 4. So a lot of really good growth there for some of those players, and I hope you guys are happy with the suggestions that that you made, and also the players that I put into this series. So drop them in the comment section if you are. But now it is time to get into the highlights, and as you can see, Bertrand Traore is in the process of bursting forward, and he smashes one from outside of the area. And Bertrand Traore, this is something you got to know. His long shots are majestic, straight from the get-go. His long shots are insane, and you'll see a bit more of them a little bit later on. But what a goal that is after such a long run right in the top bins. Nothing the keeper is going to do, and I hope you guys go on to like these highlights. Nevertheless, Gelson Martins is on a fantastic skill run, going past players like it's nobody's business, and what a goal that is already. In this series, we've got 2 fantastic goals already. This is absolutely astonishing, and there is yet more to come. Gelson Martins there, the Portuguese winger from Sporting Lisbon. He really is fantastically talented when it comes to his dribbling and his skill. Look at that, going past players with ease. A lovely feint there on his left foot, blasting it into the far corner, past the FC Basel goalkeeper in this pre-season tournament game. But Gelson Martins, I have to say, was probably one of the best wingers. Ceballos was very good as well, Bongonda in this first season, but obviously we'll have to see how they do in the future seasons and in the 15 seasons that come. But as you can see, Ryan Gould is now in the process of scoring a very good goal. The Scotsman who plays for Sporting Lisbon as well, much like Gelson Martins there, cutting inside. He's got 5-star weak foot, and he really shows that off, smacking that one with his left foot, curling it in off the post, past the goalkeeper there, and a lovely little goal celebrated with Ruben Neves and Bertrand Traore. Now we're going forward again in a different game, and it's Dominic Solanke who's scoring. A nice little bit of team play there, I have to say. Daniel Amati involved in that. I think Leroy Sané, someone was involved in that as well. Daniel Amati passing it in the first instant, and Solanke with a lovely calm and composed finish in off the far post. But now it's that time again. It's time for yet another goal against Basel, and it's Diego Jota who scores this one. The Portuguese striker, probably the most under the radar player in this entire squad. I'm very doubtful many of you have heard of him at all. He starts at 70 overall, but grew to 74. Very good stuff, it has to be said. Lovely team goal there coming in from Andreas Pereira, though, who was, I think, the most requested player in the comment section, along with Kelechi Iheanacho. You guys really loving your youngsters from the BPL. Andreas Pereira and Kelechi Iheanacho being suggested to me something like 14 times in combination of likes and comments. But as you can see, it's Bertrand Traoré time again. He finds some space and yet again blasts it into the top corner. That is an absolutely sensational goal from Bertrand Traoré again. And as I said earlier, his long shots are astonishing. Just as a little bit of trivia, this was actually the first goal I scored chronologically in this entire series. Not a bad way to open the account, not a bad way to open the account for Bertrand Traoré. Some fantastic goals scored by him, but some decent goals scored by him, also by Ruben Neves. We haven't seen much of him in this series so far. He was obviously in the Carimo project last year as well. Yet another returnee. There's one more returnee in this. I can't quite remember who it is off the top of my head, but there's someone else in this series who was in it last year, but I honestly cannot remember who it was. But Ruben Neves, who was in this series last year, scoring a lovely little volley there after the corner was headed out, chests it down and smacks it into the top corner. It has to be said, Ruben Neves has got fantastic long shots as well, and he does score some very nice goals, as you'll see later on. As you can see though, Bertrand Traoré bursting forward again and finding a very unlikely source in the Russian left back, that is Elmir Nabuillin, who I think plays for R.Kazan, on his right foot there, just sort of slotting it past the Sivasspor goalkeeper, and it's a lovely little goal there from a fullback. And now we're going to see another goal from a fullback. This time it's Timothy Castagne, the R.K.C. or KSC Genk right back, cutting inside and blasting it there past the FK Austria goalkeeper in on his right foot. And again, unlikely goal scorers. I think all my fullbacks scored actually at some stage. You won't see all of them, but those were the best ones. As you can see, it's Ruben Neves time again. He blasts one into the bottom corner against Admira Wacker in the Austrian League. Actually, this is another thing actually I completely forgot to mention. I'm using Red Bull Salzburg for no real reason other than there's only 10 players in the Austrian League, therefore it's a lot shorter. It doesn't take as long to sim through each season, plus I like Red Bull Salzburg's kit as well. I did it with them last year, but I did forget to mention that I was doing that with them and the reasoning. In the meantime, whilst I was talking about that, Andreas Pereira has finished off a lovely little free kick routine by blasting the ball into the top corner, but sort of the opposite of a team goal now. Yusuf Poulsen is taking it to Sturm Graz of Austria, all on his own there. Fantastic little solo goal, bursting away from the defence with his pace, cutting inside. It has to be said, Yusuf Poulsen's got electric pace, a lot like Bertrand Traoré and Kelechi Iheanacho, a few of the other strikers. Slanker and Hotter are more about finishing and dribbling ability, but Poulsen's got a lot of pace and showing that off there with that solo goal. In the meantime, now it's time to look at the goalkeepers. We've seen a lot about the midfielders, the wingers and the strikers, but the goalkeepers should not be ignored. Raul Gudino, I think it has to be said, was the star when it came to the goalkeepers. Bartlomiej Dragowski was good as well. Moreira was slightly more unpredictable, it has to be said, in this first season, but Dragowski was solid, but Gudino made some fantastic saves. I have to say though, this save that you'll see here from Dragowski, I know it ended in a goal, but that lovely little save onto the post was fantastic from Dragowski. The reflexes there were brilliant, and Gudino there with another save as well. But I have to say, Raul Gudino of Porto, whoever suggested him, props to you, because he was probably the best in this first season. But now it's a lovely counter-attacking goal. Leroy Sané setting up Steven Bergwijn. That went through about 6 players before ending at the feet of Steven Bergwijn, the Dutch player, a very young player, it has to be said. Hence, he went up 4. By the end of the season, a very young but very talented player. He finished that lovely counter-attacking move off, but I think that went through about 6 odd players before reaching Bergwijn and being slammed in there at the end of a Sturm Graz game. But nevertheless, it is now time to look at the other players. Now, these are some players that you guys suggested to me in the comment section last time, but didn't get enough votes, if you like, but weren't quite popular enough to get into the squad. But if you do want to see any more players added to this list, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. As you can see, there's Alex Meret of Udinese. I think he's gone up 3 overall to 63, a very young goalkeeper there. We've got Auro of Sao Paulo, who was suggested to me by Pedro Terence in the comment section last time. He has gone up to 72. Kodjaniazov, who was in the Carimo project last year, he's gone up to 73. Julian Weigl there with some good growth as well of Borussia Dortmund. Dele Alli up 4 to 74. Pierre-Emile Hoberg of Bayern Munich up to 76, Bernard Mensah of Atletico Madrid up to 77, and Royal Ghazi of Ajax up to 77, Moses Simon of KA Gent up to 73, I think it was, Ufare up to 74, Obi Ufare of Watford up to 74, and Ismail Azoui, a youngster from Wolfsburg who is Belgian, 64 overall. But that is pretty much it for the first episode of the Career Mode project. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this first episode, and I hope you're looking forward to episodes to come and hence seasons to come. Of course, next time I will be bringing you the results of Season 2, and I'll be bringing you the overalls of the players at the end of Season 2 and the highlights that happened during Season 2. I hope you guys understand that concept. If you have any queries about the series in general, feel free to drop them in the comment section below, as well as suggestions for the other players section, because I'll be showing you all of their attributes throughout the seasons as well. You just won't see the highlights from the players. But it has to be said, Ruben Neves, Bertrand Traore were really the standout players. Iheanacho, the standout player when it came to growth, but in terms of performances, Gudino was good as well. Bongonda was very good, Nicolas Sula at the back as well. Some fantastic players, some fantastic growth. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to smash the likes button. 75 likes as always will be massively appreciated, and subscribe if you are new around here as well. Comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much, and also all the information for the players, you know, their growth, their starting overall, the team they play for, and their position will be in the description below. So if there's any players that you don't quite know how to find in your own career modes, all the information you'll need in order to find them will be in the description. But nevertheless, it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this new series. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.